If you'd asked me this a few years ago, I would have said no way. That sounds kind of sketchy. Now, after going through the awkward in person doctor visits, trying a couple of the big online brands, and then switching over to Rugiet, well, my answer is completely different. But there's a catch most guys aren't aware of until after they've already ordered something. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the traditional doctor route stacks up against the online options and which route I'd choose if I had to start from scratch today. And real quick, before we get into it, if at any point you decide you actually want to try the online route for yourself, I'll drop a link down below, and you can also just scan the QR code on screen. It'll take you to the same place. That'll get you legit prescription ED meds at the best price available anywhere. But all right, let's move on, because a while ago I hit that point where things in the bedroom were just inconsistent. I did the classic in-person doctor visits first, then later tried a few of the big online ED brands. Let's start with the traditional doctor and pharmacy route because that's what most of us will naturally think is the right way. And on one hand, it's familiar. You call a doctor, sit in a waiting room, do an awkward conversation face to face, then go to a local pharmacy and pick up a generic like Sildenafil or Tadalafil. And it works, it feels safe, and insurance can sometimes help with cost. But here's what really pushed me away from that route over time. First, the embarrassment factor is real. Even if your doctor is cool, you're still sitting there talking about private stuff with a stranger. It's a little bit weird. Then you go stand in line at a pharmacy and hope nobody you know happens to be there when they ask, "Here for your sildenafil refill?" Second, there's not much flexibility. Most of the time, you get one prescription, one dose, and that's it. If it's too strong, gives you a headache, or doesn't hit the way you need, you're booking another appointment, paying again, and doing the same awkward conversation all over. That's where buying ED meds online started looking like the better option. But not all online options are the same. A lot of the big online ED brands work in a very one size fits most way. You'll fill out a questionnaire, maybe do a quick telehealth consult, and they ship you chewables or tablets with a standard dose. It's definitely more convenient than the doctor's office, that's for sure, because you don't have to sit in a waiting room. Your meds show up in discreet packaging, and reorders are simple. But with a lot of those services, you're still basically getting the same thing everyone else gets: one or two meds, a couple of dosage options, and that's really it. For plenty of guys, that's completely fine. I, on the other hand, wanted something a little more personalized, so I kept looking to find the right option for myself. Now, Rugiet is the one I've decided to stick with. It's still online and convenient, but the way they approach ED is pretty different. Instead of just one generic pill, Rugiet builds different prescription formulas around real world problems that guys deal with. They have a fast acting sublingual called Ready that you put under your tongue. It's a combo of sildenafil, tadalafil, and apomorphine. And the idea is that it boosts both the mental and physical sides of things. It kicks in around the 15-minute mark and stays active for up to about 36 hours, give or take. There's also a cinnamon flavored chewable called Daily Boost that combines tadalafil with DHEA, more of a steady, always on support you take at the same time every day, and that also supports testosterone production. So there's a plus. Then there's Grower, which mixes tadalafil with minoxidil for guys who want to cover performance and hair regrowth at the same time. Also, there's Go Long, which combines paroxetine with tadalafil for the guys who want help with both ED and lasting a little longer, more than a little. So it's less like here's your standard blue pill and more like what exact problem are you trying to solve? And the sign up process online with Rugiet felt more like a focused telehealth visit than just clicking a buy now button. You answer questions about your health, medications, medical history, and what kind of problems you're actually having. A licensed provider reviews it and they recommend an option that makes sense for you. The whole thing is done from your phone or your laptop, no waiting room, no pharmacy counter, and they're pretty clear in the instructions about how to take each med and how often. Now, when it comes to choosing the right option for you, there are a few different things to consider. First big point is convenience and privacy. The traditional doctor route is the least private. You're driving there, sitting in the waiting room, going to a local pharmacy. Some of the big online brands are so much more discreet, but they still often feel like you're signing up for a generic subscription. Rugiet gives you that same discreetness, but with more personalized options. Now, second is flexibility. With the doctor route, you often get one prescription and hope it works. If it doesn't, you're back to square one. With most online competitors, you pick from a couple of strengths or one or two drugs. Rugiet builds different combos and strengths for different situations, on demand or daily options. If something feels a bit too strong or not quite enough, you can actually have other options to try, and their flagship product, Ready, comes in multiple different strengths. Now, third is speed and timing. Traditional pills usually work, but timing them can be kind of annoying. Some of Rugiet's ED options are built specifically around that timing problem. Ready, especially, is designed to kick in fast, roughly in that we are actually about to do something window. And it can stay active for up to around 36 hours. So you're not trying to schedule everything down to the minute. Fourth is cost and what you actually get for your money. Local pharmacies with insurance can sometimes be cheap, but if insurance doesn't cover ED meds or you're getting the branded versions instead of generics, it can get expensive fast. Some big online brands look cheap at first, but once you factor in shipping, consultation fees, or having to bump up to higher plans, it really adds up. Rugia is honestly not the cheapest option out there, but when you factor in the more tailored formulas and the convenience, it felt like I was getting more value for the price, at least. Fifth is safety and support. This is the part a lot of guys worry about with online eating meds, and for good reason too. With the traditional doctor route, you know you're seeing a real provider. You're getting a real prescription, and that feels reassuring. With online stuff, there are definitely some shady sites out there. Rugiet and the legitimate telehealth competitors are in a different category from those sketchy, no prescription, no questions asked websites. You still have to go through a medical intake, a licensed provider is involved, and you're getting real prescription medication. So, in my opinion, Rugiet makes the most sense for guys who don't want the awkward doctor and pharmacy route, and also don't want a one size fits all subscription where they're basically taking the same thing every other guy is. If you care about timing and you like the idea of being able to adjust or switch formulations without starting all over again somewhere else, Rugia is kind of in its own lane, especially if you're looking for something that can solve multiple problems at once. Now, if you're the guy who just wants the absolute cheapest generic and doesn't care about any of that, the old school doctor route or a basic online competitor might be good enough. But if I had to start over right now, knowing what I know, I'd skip all of that and go straight to Rugia. And if you decide you want to try out Rugiet's meds, I'll leave that same link below and you can scan that QR code on screen. That'll take you straight to their site and get you the best deal they're offering anywhere. But hey guys, if you've tried Rugiet or another telehealth service before, feel free to drop your experience in the comments below because this is one of those things most guys think about and almost nobody talks about.